everyone. Good evening, everyone. It's 6 o'clock, so we're gonna start right at 6. 6:01 technically. And thank you for being here, those of you who are. It's all right, no worries. Thank you all for being here that could be here. We heard from a lot of people that they couldn't, I'm sure the long.
I did not get an email.
I wondered, Lois, if you did or not.
So you're gonna have to put in my home email, Sherry.
Yeah.
That's what
Go
Jim-
back to what we did years ago,
Yeah, that's what Jim
right?
always did.
You know what I'm also thinking, so just to have everyone sign in to make it a little easier for Kelly too.
See, I was already writing everyone's
Oh,
name
look
down,
at
but
that.
that's a much better
There you go.
process.
So, Patrick, we'll start with you and Dan, and everyone, that you might, this is our counselor, our liaison, Dan, that's with us tonight, so.
For a little while.
Yeah, because it's a council
gotta
meeting
go.
at 7, so, do you have to be out of here before that even?
Oh, yeah,
Dan? Okay.
before.
All right, but, and Dan is our person, if we, need to bring something to the council, we can go through Dan, and when he can't make a meeting, we can just relay things to him, so that's really helpful to have that.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
On the
yes.
email that comes out, there's an RSVP. Do you expect
Thank you.
people to respond?
You're welcome.
In this case, I was hoping to because I didn't want to have to cancel, but I was concerned if we'd have a quorum or not. I think last meeting we had 14 of us, which was wonderful for our first meeting, kind of starting up again. But again, with it being the Tuesday and everyone getting back, so it's only, normally I don't.
Okay.
But I do kind of like to know, if people are going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I did not get an email either.
You didn't either, so if you didn't get an email when you're signing in, just put did not receive email,
Do you want us to put, do you want me to put my home email?
please. I know I have yours, Lois,
You have
but yeah,
mine.
but do just write it down again.
Okay.
So did everyone else here, Pat, I know you did get one, Dan received one, Valerie, and John.
When did you send it?
I sent it, was Thursday or Friday?
28th.
Yes.
Last week,
Yeah,
yes,
just
I'm
last
sure I got
week,
that.
yeah, John. Yeah, yours and ours usually work great together, so, but yes, so, to start with, we've officially started the meeting. Could I get a motion to open the meeting? And Mary?
I make a motion to open the meeting.
Thank you, and who'd like to second it?
Second.
Thank you,
I've
Valerie.
already-
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, perfect, okay. So does everyone have an agenda, or does anyone need an agenda? John?
I also need one.
I don't have
Perfect.
that.
Did that come on the email?
Well, it came on the email.
Because it wasn't on the website.
Everyone
That
else
was
is
short.
there.
The email. That's
We need
fine.
one this way as well to
No
print it out.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Do you need one?
I read it, so I know what's on it.
Put them down here for you. Okay, good. So just, first of all, we did our call of order, our attendance and verification of a quorum. We don't really need to vote on anything tonight, so, and I believe we would have a quorum, which is wonderful. And review and acceptance of our minutes, Kelly and I were just going back and forth. There's a lot of little quirks, really, throughout the town hall with the emails still changing to Gov. Personal ones aren't coming through or don't get
So
out.
Kelly, you're gonna have to send it to my home email too. Because
Yeah.
I didn't get the minutes.
So I only sent them to Sherry, but they didn't even get to Sherry, so they didn't make it very far, so I apologize for
That's
that.
all right,
So
but-
we'll make
but-
sure we get them out.
No worries, and it's something that we're looking at in the building, it's just something, but absolutely, so. And Cal, there were so many minutes from the last meeting too, so when we get that straightened out between us, because I so appreciate your volunteer to be the secretary, not an easy task, then I'll just send them out to everyone. And really, the focus of our last meeting was being ready for Old Home Day. And we don't need to go into a lot of details about Old Home Day, but simply an incredible thank you to everyone that said they were gonna sign up. James isn't here tonight, but he was with us in the morning. John, myself, Valerie, Lois, Elizabeth, and I'm not sure if she's coming tonight, I didn't hear. There was just, everyone seemed to take a role in it, which was wonderful. So that's how things get done, everyone just does their best, whether it was for an hour or for 4 hours, it worked and worked well. Our tent is still over at what I still call the Lions Hall, Reverend Morrison House, but it's there safely, so we just need to get a few of us over there to get that out. Everything went well, setup was very easy, we were close to the library, which worked out well. overall, it was a success. And most importantly, and I'm gonna ask Valerie to talk about this a little bit, was that, we felt that there was a lot of promotion of our expo. A lot of good questions were asked. We clarified a lot of things too, as to, one big thing was, do you have to be from Londonderry? Because there were so many people at Old Home Day that were mixed from other towns, and you don't have to be. So Valerie was gonna give
Right,
us just a
so-
little.
While we were waiting, we had just set up, Alona and I took a walk around just to see, all the different vendors, and she took her little sign up thing. I says, why don't we do that? Just see, if anybody would be interested in coming, and it sparked such a conversation at the different vendors that were there, and she's a gabber anyway, so it was great. It killed a little bit of time. Well, we just walked around and got to know quite a few of the vendors that were there at Old Home Day, so I think it was a good networking thing for the expo as well as the senior center.
And by the end of the day, she got at least 4 of those returned.
Really?
Nice.
So that was definitely a good
Yeah.
thing to do.
My goodness, so Lois, at the end of the day then, who was there with you?
You were there.
I was there.
The two of you, that
Yeah,
was,
you were there. You were there.
And John was great, he took a little break, as
Yeah.
you started at 8 in the
And was it
morning.
your grandson?
My grandson.
Oh,
Your
my
grandson.
goodness.
And 3 of the wonderful firemen that we have.
That came and
Oh,
took the
helped us
tent
get
down.
our share.
They
Yeah.
always
Great.
come
They're
through
wonderful.
for us,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And there were like just a lot of people and carts
And there was
around
another
it.
lady there, but I don't know. Alona was there, and then there was another lady, and I don't know her name.
Lois.
That's me.
Gets confusing, nah, but, yeah.
It's not.
I don't, but there was one
Kirsten
more.
was around
yeah.
a lot too, it might have been Kirsten, cause in the early morning,
Wasn't Kirsten.
she and, Councilor Combs were helping us.
No, it was a lady
and-
from this committee, I think.
Oh.
She put it in.
Huh, but,
Because we got a lot of newbies here, so.
we really do, so, but yeah, so it great success, and we got the word out, which is the most important thing, and, Valerie, that was wonderful that you took the initiative, you and Ilona, to go around and do that, because that's where we're at with the expo now, promotion, to get the word out there, it's happening, it's free, 10 to 1, yeah.
Another comment, I think the candy and snacks helped too, and that brought the parents along with the kids. I think that was a great idea.
It really was.
Yeah.
That really was cute, and we had some of our bracelets still
Yeah, that too,
from
yeah.
our chairman.
Yeah.
Jim Green, which people love, the little kids,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was, you saw a nice variety of ages, which was great,
Right.
and helped promote everything, so, yeah, anything else about Old Home Day? Complete success, I don't think for once, I don't wanna jinx this, but I don't think we forgot anything, we had water. I remember one of the hot years we were looking for water, and, but yeah, I think it came together
Very good.
nicely, so, something to build on for next year too, 'cause we can always do it a little differently or a little better, but, yeah, anything else about Old Home Day? No? Okay. And I was at this point then too, so, the review of and acceptance of our minutes, we're gonna just, at our next meeting, we'll take care of that, I'll send them out ahead. We'll just send out both, this meeting's minutes and the last meeting's minutes, together, you can review them. We didn't vote on anything, so I'm not concerned, again, it was just the rally effort to get to Old Home Day, which we did. So, all right, so then, meeting focus for today, A we've covered, and then getting to the Senior Expo, October 4th, an update. Patrick, do you mind if I turn it over to you? Thank you.
Sure, not a problem. So I got to know several of the, can everyone hear me? Okay.
Oh.
I got to know several of the custodians very well when we did the Bring Back the Skills Trades Expo, and what we did was we told them how many vendors we had, gave them kind of a simple plan, and the midnight shift at the high school, they took care of setting everything up. So I would advocate that, and I'm happy to ask Lisa Buse again if they'd be willing to do that. And we have quite a few, no, I guess we had about 65 vendors for the Trades Expo, but in any event, those guys and gals know what they're doing, so I just defer to them, and I'm happy to reach out, and then, do a registration table or a little info table or something like that. I called the 5 different businesses that Alana asked me to. 2 of them were actually the same, and one's, well, at least they're called something different, but it was the same telephone number. So, one did sign up, so that's good, and then
Oh,
hopefully
that's
we'll have
very
a
good.
couple more, and then we'll make a blast. I'll ask Churston to do another blast on town hall social media as well as police department social media. We try to not do more than one post to the police department,
It is.
because people just get lost in the feed, but we gotta get the info out, so we'll do that. One thing I was trying to remember, I think Jim Green, out of the kindness of his heart, I think he paid for all the gift cards last year for the custodians. So
very
I don't
good.
know that, I think he did. because
I'm
we
pretty
tipped
sure
this-
he did, yeah.
we tipped the custodians, but I was thinking about asking Londonderry Police Association if they'd be willing to do that, and maybe that could be their donation to the expo. I think this LPA had a table as well, so.
They did, yes.
We'll make sure we invite them, and then we have, I think we have quite a few leftover waters, the police department from Old Home Day, so I'll make sure I bring those with ice, and that would just be for our volunteers, and if someone asks for one, whatever, we'll give them one, you know?
Patrick, thank you, because earlier today Valerie and I caught a few minutes to meet about it, and we were each gonna bring a case, but if you don't mind, that's wonderful to not have to be lugging that in.
Sure.
That's
I don't
great.
pay.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
One concern Alona brought up in years past was, we don't ask, this is for the new membership, we don't ask people to bring baked goods because there's liability with not being prepared commercially, which is a bummer, because so many people would be bringing in banana breads and cookies and stuff like that. So, I'll make a last minute push, to maybe get some stuff donated from Market Basket or something like that. There, Mr., I think, Chris is the manager over there,
Yes,
he's very
that's
generous and
right.
helps out all the time, so, a lot to do, but you know what, Old Home Day is behind us and all the other
Oh.
major projects, so we can really focus on the next 4 or 5 weeks on, or at least for me,
Right.
I can focus on the senior expo, very,
Wonderful.
very intently, so.
Because you have a lot of it, and we appreciate it, because you really are the rock with it, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
One thing that also worked out well is we had a 2-foot raised stage.
Oh,
And
that's
so
right.
I'll ask them to set up a microphone because we did make announcements and throughout the morning. I'm happy to do that again as an MC and just thank, because it's very important that we say thank you, right, as many times as we can. But I'll handle the setup as far as you guys,
Thank you.
if that's cool with everyone else,
Yeah,
we don't need to get into the
everyone good
weeds.
with
And
that.
it'll be wide open and people can, there'll be plenty of space for them to weave in and out, and it's flat. There will be that plastic, that's a rule, they have to put that down, I understand walkers, but people are pretty good,
Yeah, they
they'll
really
figure it
are.
out. I'm sure I'm leaving something out, does anyone think of anything?
Did Alona give you a map as to where the vendors are gonna go?
Did Sherry come up with that?
I don't
think-
know, we were talking about that
Yes.
earlier.
She's on vacation this week, so we were trying not to reach out as much as we could, but she sent me a text earlier, and anything we need, I believe from years past that she has a map ready to go, and we're up to about 54 vendors already. Our goal is to get up to at least 70, which I'm sure we'll hit.
I'm pretty sure I have the template from the Skills Expo, so we can just replicate that, and then maybe Alona can just pencil those things in.
Oh, for
Perfect.
tables where you put them, yeah, that'd be
'Cause we
perfect,
asked
yeah.
for, I think they're all 6-foot tables or 8-foot tables, and then people decorate or whatever on their own, we don't provide tablecloths, and we
Right.
provide 2 chairs. I don't know if Alona got into the weeds on power and stuff like that, we did that for the Skills Expo, but
But you're right, at the high school, we do have to again,
so
that's
people
a
just
good
bring those
point.
power cords or something. I'm trying to remember, there were some dynamic presentations from last time, and we also had, I think AAA gave a presentation in the library.
No one showed up.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you know, I
at the
wasn't here
high
last
school,
year.
Last year.
yeah.
It was to the left of
so
where we were
sad,
checking
yeah.
people in, and there was a big sign, and nobody
Unsafe
went.
driving for
Yeah,
seniors,
something,
which really
yeah.
was a wonderful presentation, but
We're missing this.
when we
Pun-
did it
pun
at the
intended.
high school years ago, we did have, yeah, it would have been, but we did have people attend then, but I don't think Ilona has anything lined up for this one. But I think we'll get through this expo, make sure we get lots of people in, but then next year, I think it is valuable to have some little courses. One year we had pickleball out there, remember, they were doing a demonstration of that, which was really great too, that was a hit. But, no, that sounds good then. So you wanna check Market Basket for baked goods? I was wondering about Patrick, maybe for the copy. It's a
I can reach out to the Koreas, and also Linda Hamilton, who's the events coordinator at the Baldwins. I know they're represented, I think they're gonna have a table, they have an amazing bakery, and, I spent quite a bit of time over there through my
Yeah.
community events, so I'll also reach out to them.
I love that, and if.
They're excellent too,
yeah.
I'm just saying, I take them home, she
I
forces me to
love
take home as a
it.
half dozen. I walk out of there, have an iced coffee, and like 6 cookies, And she's Scottish, she's like,
I was just
"For the
gonna
children,
say,
Patrick, for the children, the
her
children."
accent is, oh, her accent is, that is a great idea, and we need to bring more awareness to all of that too, so, we'll work on that. My only concern is that I don't believe we have another meeting.
We don't. I just
'cause
checked.
at first when I did our agenda,
Yeah.
like, oh, we have one more meeting right
We
before.
don't.
And we don't. So we might have like a little subcommittee meeting
Should we
just
have?
before.
We need to know what we're all gonna do.
Yeah, I
Organize,
prefer
yeah.
to if we could do
Yeah, I
that,
do
if
too.
it would be, so maybe let's look at the calendar. That's gonna be on I prefer to do the Tuesday right before, if everyone's okay
Can we
with
do
it.
that instead of the October one?
Oh, that is a good idea. That'd give us a little break
See,
after the expo.
Instead of doing,
Thinking.
instead of doing October 7th,
Do the third,
we could do September 30th.
30th.
would that work for
I
everyone?
mean, that's just one day before October.
I
Or
love it. I
third.
was so disappointed, cause I looked at it and thought, this is gonna be perfect, and it wasn't.
That works for me.
So much place.
That still gives us a few
I-
days to work some last minute.
And most good
changes.
idea, because then we'll just take a break from
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
If there happens to be a conflict, because we, you know, I think town hall reserves this for us at a certain time.
Yes.
If there is, we have plenty of room at the police department, so
Okay.
whether it's the
Patrick,
community room or
thank
the
you.
admin conference room, so I just shared that, if whoever's gonna be doing the booking for this room, if it's not available,
Excellent.
happy to host the police department.
All right, so we're gonna go with the 30th.
Would
That
anybody-
is,
Would anybody be interested in doing it on the 29th instead?
The Monday?
Yeah,
I'm,
Why, are you busy on the 30th?
I think so.
Oh.
I'm.
Mondays are hard for me. I'm remote on Tuesdays, so I'm
'Cause
home.
that's your day home.
When I
yeah.
work in Watertown, I don't get home until about 6:15.
Okay, well, leave it on, leave it
Well,
on the 30th.
we
then.
could also go Wednesday the 1st. I mean, it's getting a little close, but you wanna stick with
Well,
Tuesday.
I can do
No.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yes, okay,
Because
that's
I'm,
all right.
I'm
That's
in
maybe,
Londonderry,
If
but
something comes up, that's only a couple days before, so
Yeah, let's stick
maybe
with
you should
Tuesday.
stick with the 30th.
Okay, Tuesday the 30th.
sorry.
Okay.
No, that's, no, and
But
John.
we could talk a little bit about it now. I mean, basically it's 10 to 1.
Yeah.
We should get there, Patrick, at least an hour prior.
Well, that's the
to get-
question, 9 or 8:30, because we were talking about, it starts at 10, and I think 9 is reasonable, but did the vendors start showing up? I think we were there at 8:30 last year, were we?
Because I was gonna offer my services to help, like, if she has a map, I could greet them and say, oh, yep, here's your table, and just sorta, you
How
know,
did
I
that
don't.
work last year,
Did I just
Patrick?
come at 9?
I didn't get involved with the table assignments,
Then we
but
definitely
there were,
need to be there.
you know, placards, or there's, maybe she printed out numbers and directed people where to go. There might have been like, again, I was
That's-
at the airport last year, so I think I stopped by.
That's right.
But the one I organized was 3 years ago.
That's
I feel like
right,
I ushered
yes.
people, I don't know, I was,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
body
question for Alona,
Yep,
that's
I
all.
will do-
We'll have those
absolutely.
answers for the 30th, and
But I
that'll be
mean,
right before.
If it starts at 9, we definitely.
Starts
need
at
to-
10.
10.
Oh, it starts
So
at 10?
what do you think,
Uh-oh,
9? Yeah, it
8:30?
starts 10 to, is it 10 to 1?
Oh, I think 9.
I
If it
think
starts
so
at
too,
10.
really.
Yeah.
Some vendors might come, is that what you're thinking, Patrick?
I think if Alona and I are there at 8 o'clock in the morning to get things going, because some people will show up early, everyone else could show up between
Okay.
8 and 9, whatever your schedule allows, we're totally fine. But I feel like Alona and I should be there very early, and probably Phil from the fire department.
And
so-
I'll make sure that I'm there too then.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that just gets the ball rolling for the early birds, and then
Okay,
after that, the
right.
mad rush will probably be between 9 and 10 or something.
Right, and when people start to come in. Bill is working on the bags that we all love, that are being donated by the tote place up by the airport. And he's just waiting to hear back from them. But we moved from getting 100 of them, they donate them for free, they're beautiful bags, they're like very nice. And then last year we asked them to put the logo on, because we were always scurrying around trying to find someone to put the logo on for next to nothing, which we always did find, but it was wonderful when they did it all for us last year. We're asking for 300 this year, hoping.
With no date,
yeah.
no date.
Yeah, with no
Just
date on
the-
it, just the logo,
We can
yeah,
use
so we
the-
can keep
Yeah,
reusing them.
okay.
Yeah.
But Bill is working on that for us, you're right, absolutely no date. And so generally they always come through for us. If not, we'll go to a plan B. There's a little money available that if we had to order something on Amazon, that to give people for all the little gotchki things, we'll come up with something, but we're hoping it'll be the bag again. So, Bill is working on that for us too. Any questions on that? No? And on the food, we're all set, the setup, Ilona, we'll check that date, the 30th, because we'll need her to be here with us on that date.
Did you say there is a PA system?
In the high school gym, yes.
Okay.
It's very good.
Great.
But we do have to check on the electricity, just like with the elections, because that can be very involved with the high school.
I think that they run it from the walls.
Yeah, all right, okay. And generally, the last time we were all the vendors were just, but depending on how many we have, we might have to do a row like you did for the.
But it's not really a
the
craft fair.
treats.
I feel like they're just there talking about what it is
Some
they
people
do.
showed videos, so they brought in
Yeah.
like a laptop and had a video going, so, you know, if you
Oh,
One
charge
okay.
vacation club did have, yeah, the laptops particularly, but one vacation place, like it was all lit up, it was kind
Okay.
of, yeah, but Ballard, not many will, but it's something we need to offer for
What we can do too is
laptops.
they set up tables on the back wall where the bleachers are pushed against, and we can, Alona and whoever else can ask, you need power, and then we can
Mhm.
assign them to tables that way.
Right, so, yeah.
You do the best that you can, you know?
Mhm.
That's right, and they are wonderful, the custodial staff's generally there, they'll have someone available to
And
us.
these conference attendees are professional vendors, they know what they're doing, you know, they come
They
with all the,
really
you know.
do, it's
They
true,
have
they
Plan
come
Bs
with.
too.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
they do, and that, as do we with things, so if something doesn't like the bags. And the other thing we did change this year is Ilona has asked everyone to bring their own raffle item. In years past, we've had them all lined up on the table, which was fun for people, because as they first came in, they received their bag, but then they were waiting to do their raffle tickets, and then someone had to distribute them afterwards. So now we've asked the vendors if you wanna do a raffle, which they usually do to get the names and telephone numbers of people, to bring it with them. So we'll have to see how that goes. Valerie, we were talking a little
Right.
bit about
But
today.
if you can get the flowers, that'll at least
Yeah.
decorate the table.
Yeah.
I know we had said, we were talking about, I think we wanted, that was a good way for us to get a count as to actually how many people attended. I don't know how we're going to figure that out, like if we're not having them sign in or anything, but, we're gonna try something new, right?
Anybody have a clicker?
I was
That,
thinking,
you know, that-
I stand at the door and click, right, that'll be your job.
Plastic.
I think I might.
You think you
I randomly, like a very random amount of my own, I think I do.
All right.
It
yeah.
gets really busy though.
I feel like I'm checking people into.
Yeah.
But no, if you have it, 'cause that's what I was at
Okay.
because usually it's you and Elizabeth and anyone else who wants to, it's kind of fun when the people first come in,
Yes.
but just someone that's clicking, you
Yep.
know?
But how many doors do you have open?
Only one.
You only have one,
So
'cause
it's,
that would-
yeah,
Okay.
because we really
That
do
would be
want to get a
important if you're
count.
gonna use a
Yeah.
clicker.
And it
Just
doesn't have to
one.
be exact, at least it's a
Give us a good
gauge, you know?
idea, yeah.
I mean, if you
I'll
get,
do
you
some
know,
digging.
Thank
I
you,
think I
okay,
have
and
one.
if not, you know, but,
Now,
I
speaking
think
of
that's
the
sitting
one
down.
door, do we need signs for the parking lot? Special, where, is there a place they should park?
I mean, the parking lot should be wide open absent a sporting event, and there's plenty of handicap parking. And one thing we could do is save the entire first row for handicap parking, and then we could mark it as such. But
And I do have handicapped flags from the elections, we could use those. You know, we've never thought of that before, but that's a great idea.
Because it's a little bit different
Yeah.
than the middle school. It was
Yeah.
obvious to the middle school where to go.
They
but-
don't have handicap marked?
no, they do. But that
But
means
just to bring a
but
visual.
because of our demographic, we're probably going to need more than that.
Oh, okay, oh,
And what I'll,
good
what I'll-
point.
Also, see if Remy Fortin
I
can
was
have two
alert.
volunteers from Alert.
Patrick, that's
Maybe,
nice,
I think two would be
yeah.
enough, just to direct people.
Yeah,
and
I think
maybe
that
it helps
would
them
be-
walk in or something like that.
and you know,
Really
the
nice.
flyers, does it just say Londonderry High
Nope.
School, or does it say where? It's a good point, it's a big
I
campus.
have it here.
It says high school gym.
Jim, okay,
So,
all right, and that's where people vote, right, so,
So,
okay.
again, I don't need to keep having everyone hear my voice, but I will move the signboard that's in front of the police department, and we did that for the Skills Expo, and so I'll put it just inside the entrance, and it'll say Senior Expo Gym.
You're the
something like that.
best, that's
Excellent.
awesome.
So once you pull in the main
Good
entrance,
thinking.
we put it just beyond where the buses go for the high school, so that way if somehow someone came in from the north entrance, they would see it, and we'll just do something like, I think I did arrows somehow.
That's a nice idea, good, that's a very good idea, 'cause we've always been weak there, we never really thought about it, but and it might just draw in some other people. too,
Absolutely.
you know,
Big
that
neon
I'm
sign.
thinking that you can come
Do
through.
we provide any wheelchairs?
I would, we do for the election, right, so we should try to have one there, no, I'll make sure that we,
I'm not sure what those could be.
yeah, usually either the fire department or the high school, I think, has two, but,
High school, we must.
yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
when we were there, right,
Yeah.
yeah, so, one wheelchair anyway, just in case.
We did this at the high school the first time. There wasn't any sporting events, but I think there was 2 or 3 activities going on at the gym and around the gym and so on, which effectively took up the first 2 rows of parking. So when you say there's no sporting events, did you check and see if there's anybody using the, there was something, was very young kids, I remember it was parked.
Yeah, football season, don't forget.
Yeah, I only asked if the gymnasium was available. I could ask Lisa Muse if there's anything else going on. I don't think there's any day at that campus that doesn't have something going on, unfortunately, you know. But waiting for this year with the 2 alert members, and again, I don't wanna volunteer them, I will ask. And if they could just give 2, they'll be out there directing people, handicap parking or something like that. We all know they're
That
very
would be
passionate about
wonderful.
traffic control.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea,
I
nice
would-
to get them involved too.
I would check with the football coach to see in case they're having a workout or something like that.
Sure.
Maybe tell them to park Somewhere else? Yeah,
Part of the workout.
yeah. Because on Saturday, they're probably gonna be doing something.
I'll email the athletic director to see if he can just check.
Good idea, yeah.
And then I have one more question, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
That's why we're meeting, right?
The plaque that you made
Yes.
for
Oh,
Jim,
thank you.
I know you said you wanted to make announcements throughout. Did you wanna kinda come up with a time to do that, or you alone are gonna work on that and just surprise us?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe what we'll do is kind of get a feel for what we think the biggest crowd is there. You know, we can shoot for 11 a.m., but
Oh,
then,
nice.
you know, if we say, hey, we want to wait till 11:30, we can just wait till 11:30, and then are we inviting his wife?
We haven't, I think that would be really nice. And Linda, I'm sure would love to be there with us.
Because he
And
is
she-
the first recipient, correct?
Yeah, she, the very first, right.
I'll take care of the tent split.
You know, Linda will be there because the Historical Society is going to have a table, but I'll make it a point
Okay.
yeah, that's.
I'll take care of the plaque.
And I'll, yeah, just to, so that she was very honored at what you've done so far, so I think this would be just one more nice thing to have her there. Maybe even to somehow present it, or maybe we could get her flowers or something, you know.
What I would envision was we get everyone that's available from our group to go up on the stage. The stage is only 2 steps, it's not very high up. And we can invite Linda up there, and then people don't drop what they're doing to listen to, when that's going on. But speak loudly, we will get a crowd to listen.
Wait, you want us to step up there with you? You can't just do it yourself?
Aw.
I can do it myself.
I will share with camera
I'll
shot.
couple
I'm
three
kidding.
people from the-
No, I absolutely
I'm
know.
teasing, I'm
I want
teasing.
to concur with what you said. I think the whole committee should go up.
I
I think it's
agree.
really important.
Okay.
It's gonna be very emotional to me. I'm sure it is to you, and those of you that were part of this committee for years. So I think the whole committee should be there, Patrick.
Also,
Okay.
we showcase that this group exists, that's not just a
Yeah.
philosophical endeavor that people may or may not watch on cable access.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, Liz, I think.
Presenting the plaque to
And it
Jim.
is a nice opportunity to get a picture, and you did it so well each time, it's nice to.
We all love Jim, and he
Yeah.
was wonderful, and he
Mhm.
did so much, so.
He was wonderful, yeah. And as is Linda, Linda.
As Linda.
That plaque
Yeah.
brings up a point that I wanted to bring up. I don't know when, but in the next couple town council meetings, one of the items that was on the agenda was, and I don't know how it got on there, was how the town was picking the citizen of the year and volunteer of the year. So,
I
don't
think
know.
that is at the next agenda, Dan,
But
or
we
is
ought-
it?
I haven't
seen the
next
yeah.
one,
I don't think it's this one, but it is the next one,
yeah,
I
but
think.
the point is, you need an agenda. Excuse me, we need a process.
I've created a process. Want to jump to that, or do you want to finish up with the expo first?
No, please, we appreciate it.
So you all had the honor of knowing Jim and I did not. So I've made a very bare bones policy, but I think it would be really important to get your input on, what would really make it more about Jim. So this, I'll pass on this way. And again, this is just, it's an award process that you could make up for any
Phil
award.
was also gonna get you what they used. Did you ever get that?
No. So this is, again, it's just total draft, but it just kind of, it explains the idea. I printed out enough, I think. I didn't print out the minutes, but I have this.
And is this something that we'd wanna talk about, like, at the next,
That's, and I'm
like,
happy to
after the
table
expo, so
this.
we can really think about it? We don't need to
So
make
if
a decision
everyone wants to bring it
today.
home, look over it, and then again,
Oh, wait.
bring that Jim piece maybe to our next meeting to make it more about his award. This is just a general outline again for any type of nomination process.
This is great, thank you so much for doing the research on it.
We're
Yeah.
definitely keeping you girls.
Yeah.
You are wonderful.
I feel like I already failed, but thank you.
No, you got A+ so far.
All right.
There was a discussion today about the emails, because even from different, different people, some aren't coming through, but it's, and that's all it was the personal email. No, excellent.
Awesome. So I will add it
Look at
through.
this
It'll
is
be on the next
wonderful.
agenda.
Perfect.
And then the last thing on the senior expo were the sheets that that Alona had passed out. I see you have yours.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you were able to call the two. Did anybody else?
I already returned my sheets to
Okay,
Alona
awesome.
and went
Oh,
over
you
them
did?
with
Oh,
her.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, go ahead, John.
On the sheet I have, I noticed that there was a couple very prominent organizations in town that were on the list of not having put their applications in yet. So There's a couple of people that probably ought to write fill out an application, so our senior director is happy and gets the list.
Yes, because she's done a lot.
And we have a table for them.
Joan, good point. So, she stopped in on Thursday or Friday of last week, because this is her vacation week. This is the latest form, and we made some notes at the top, but you can see the green are just like each business or nonprofit is listed here in green, and then the yellow ones indicate, just like before, the people that are all set now, and we have tables for. But there's a lot on her here, especially still as you get to the back, that, there's very little. So I don't know if anyone does have the time to take a couple pages, give it a try, and basically what she wants you to do is to reach out to them, and if you give them Ilona's email so that they can reach out to her. The application was sent to everyone. Send an application along, because if they have it, they might do it immediately. But there are quite a few. If anyone can take some additional ones, I know.
I can take some more,
You
because I
wouldn't
finished
mind?
my list,
All
sure.
right, so at the end of the meeting, we'll take a look, and if we could divide up some of these. But we are 55-ish strong, and Ilona, it's wonderful that she's done it like this for us. But the goal is to just reach out to them, contact them. She's gotten a few direct no's, but for the most part, people are interested, once they hear from us. And then the other thing to stress too is, as we were talking about earlier, that it's not just 65 and older or 75 and, 55 and older. So a lot of these different vendors are for people of all ages, and, assistance from families, seniors themselves. So Valerie, you had some ideas today, like about different, like we mentioned, travel agents. It could be a realtor, it could be, so we're open to
My
different.
local gym that serves
Oh, that's what you were
over
talking about,
50 people,
right.
yeah.
That's how we got talking about it. So a gym, because gyms are just not for, for young people, they're for all ages. So things like that. So if you know of someone, a business in town that might be interested in promoting themselves a little bit more, or giving a free pass, by all means, reach out to them, even if they're not on this list, because you never know what new energy we can bring in. So, let's see here, anything else on this? I paused to think about the air museum, because they always usually, they're wonderful, so, a lot of different things too. But we'll do this at the end, so that if anyone does need to go, and anything else that we can think about with our senior expo. As I started, when we first started with this, the biggest thing I believe is now promotion, because we gotta draw in more vendors, but we just have to get the word out there. So any way that you know how to do this, the library has 2 big posters now. I just asked our wonderful planning department, to do what they could. So we have a couple posters around, we have one out front in my office area, but anything you can do, sending emails, Facebook pages, whatever it happens to be, just to get people there, that's what we need to do now. And we've reached out to the newspapers, so the Darien News put in a little clip on the front page this week. I know the Londonderry Times, I'm sure, will be, doing what they can with it, because they have the What's Happening, where they try to promote all the good things going on. So
Are we in the HIPPO?
I do not know. That's a great idea.
So,
How do we get in touch with the HIPPO?
I don't know, I would guess you'd have to pick one up. There must, if you
Yeah.
picked one up, some contact
Yes, right,
information
there must
on
be,
there.
that's,
You can
I don't
submit
even
a
know what
request
that
to their
is.
website.
What is that?
what is it?
You can submit a request through their website.
Through anyone wanna take that on? Richard,
Patrick.
you don't mind? Patrick, you don't mind?
Patrick, did you
No.
wanna do it?
Please,
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's a great idea,
Sure.
because that goes to everyone,
Is it-
and, yeah, John?
Is there a poster or posters really, in the small medical center buildings at the intersection of North Road and 102? There must be a half a dozen different places.
Oh, the
That is a
idiot there.
great
Yeah,
idea. Right, and we do have, they're colorful, could anyone wanna take that on, stopping at a couple different places over by Market Basket? I don't know if they have a bulletin board area where they put things up, but doesn't hurt to check.
You know, another one who puts them all out is Janie's. They put that, they post
Great
things
idea.
there.
Anyone wanna take Janie's on? Yeah, I think what we can
you
leave
can
is
just
that.
print a bunch of
yeah,
flyers and
if
walk
anyone
around
has
and
an
put them where you
opportunity-
think they
if you
go.
notice
Janie's puts up
one-
flyers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we could ask them to do it, there's
Yeah.
new owners over there
Yeah.
too, so
But there's
that's a
even
great
the
idea.
the email that I know some of us didn't get, right? But she had sent all of the artwork, and one of them had 4 of these on one sheet, so it was smaller.
That's right.
So for like a small sort of bulletin board.
Right.
The other thing I was thinking about was we had talked about mobile homes, right? A lot of the seniors that don't leave their houses, they don't even know. When people, she had mentioned that you own a mobile home. I just want to know how it works, right? Because I'm a property manager, okay? And I know that not for mobile homes, for condominiums in Boston, but I do know that they have to make their condo fees or their monthly dues or whatever. Do they pay them in an office or do they mail them? Or because if there was an office, we could maybe leave flyers with the manager at an office to maybe reach those folks that don't really leave the house much and
Where we
looking
have,
for
we have
something to do.
a mail room, we have a bulletin board, and I could post one in our area.
That's perfect.
Okay. So if I were to,
Do we have an extra that we could give Dan tonight? Because
Yeah.
then he could post it for us and,
Bulletin
see a few
board.
extras down
And
there.
a lot of those places, if you have like where they get their mail,
yeah,
you know, that'd be the place to post it.
bulletin board, I would wanna reach out to like over 55 communities. Like, there's quite a few in Londonderry now, right? They're building a few of them as well. Over 55 buildings.
Perfect.
Now, is that the 2025?
Oh, good point.
See, it
No,
says 2024.
2024.
That's the wrong
Oh,
one.
that's the last
see,
one.
even-
Does anyone, do you
No,
have?
mine are 2024.
All right.
Well, when you get one,
Yeah.
let me know. I'll
Or
put it in.
Dan, I'm
Oh,
gonna,
there's probably some in the clerk's
I'll
office.
go print 10 right now.
There's some, I think there's some in the clerk's office on the
yeah, I
desk.
have, yeah, we have some of the small ones at the
Yeah.
back, and, oh, that's wonderful.
So I could take a Tuesday when I'm working remote and go around to some of the over 55 communities and see if they'd be willing to, you know, at least post the flyers. Not to get them to sign up as a vendor, but you wanna get people in,
That's all
right?
right,
Wherever they get their mail, I would
Yeah.
suggest, usually they have a board there or something.
Right, but sometimes it also says no soliciting, so I would have to make sure I ask.
Well, like with mine,
Yeah,
I don't let people post all kinds of stuff.
Is
My,
that
my
the most
board is
recent
locked
one?
up,
right,
so
I think those are the
if
ones
somebody
that
wants
handed out.
something like
Because I know the
that,
one
they
they
call
have
me.
to, okay.
And then I authorize it and I put it in.
The new one? And then we
That's
So
what I
wait,
mean,
which
did
one
they
do you own
change
so we
it?
don't go harassing
The
you?
original one said
Maybe
Where was
they
she?
did.
Did the library
Nutfield.
print them originally?
Oh, in Nutfield,
Yeah.
okay.
Up there.
No
At
Nutfield.
least the month and day are still
The, for the
correct.
expo they did, for the expo.
I
they
think
did.
Where is
Get
that?
us seniors in it
Oh,
years ago.
28.
We missed
28,
something. Is
5
it
minutes
Saturday
ago.
or Sunday on
Okay.
Saturday?
I know, I've seen
So it
this.
is Saturday, October fourth.
Is it near
Saturday.
Shady Hill?
Change the
Is it near Shady Hill?
No,
Nothing
Time Plaza
Brothers.
28. I was at no school.
We didn't know.
All
I
right.
didn't notice it all.
What time is it? Cause I know he needs to leave at 6:38 and we still have more to
Yeah,
get.
we have a little bit
Patrick
more
just
to do.
wanted to make some copies, so.
So we'll have that said, let's see here, let's look at
What is
our-
Boston Cane Review?
So, sorry, I think there's
Is the
a,
one
Oh,
online,
we jumped ahead.
is the one online say
I
2024?
don't recall.
No,
I thought she said.
the one online.
The email.
Is she
I'm not
correct
sure.
for 2025?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I should have grabbed it.
So
I
we'll
grabbed the
double check
agenda
that.
and not the flyers.
So let's take a look at, so where do we leave off? So we
Senior
don't
Expo.
really have, yeah, the Senior Expo. I think that now that we have another date, I feel much better about that to meet. So any loose ends, top priority, reach out to people, get the message out there as much as we can. We can all take it upon ourselves. Like if you have a good idea, you wanna share it with someone, you know, just spread the word, most important thing. And then, just looking forward to the Senior Resource Committee of 26, which is just a few minutes away. And just something to think about I know when Lois and I first started on the committee, our goal really was the outreach, and this is years ago now, but the outreach to people that aren't hearing about the expo, and kind of what Valerie was saying with people that, you know, don't have family members, often they don't have laptops, TVs even, but how do we reach out to those people so that they're aware of things like the expo or services that can help them. So looking into 26, I think that's where one of the goals that I'd like to set for us is to finally figure out a way to make that happen.
I was new to town last year, so last year's expo was my first one.
Wow.
Not knowing Londonderry at all, I'll tell you, I found it by the posting in the library
Okay.
and the one in the newspaper. Those were the two ways that got
really
me,
got you to,
because I wasn't plugged into anything else.
all right.
So those are two big
The
hitters
two
right
biggest
there.
ones that we have to
You
make
say
sure.
newspaper?
I read it in the,
As an article or?
no, in the,
Londonderry
happenings.
Times?
yeah,
Yeah.
the
And
happenings.
yeah. So that's why we make sure, I mean, who knows, maybe the union leader would
I
put
wonder-
it in
I
for us.
wonder-
Hippo was a great idea.
I wonder if one of the newspapers would consider stuffing that along with the rest of the ads that they put in.
John, we can ask, you know? I don't know, we probably have to pay for the
Thank you.
printing of them, but that wouldn't be too bad.
Why can't the Londonderry Times just put it on the front
It
page?
says 2026.
Yeah.
You know, that way, even people walking past the paper in the
Yeah,
stores.
I love it. I was hoping that the flyer was gonna go on to there was the small article, you know, that one of the papers had presented, but unfortunately, someone had reached out to me too saying, oh, it didn't have the location in it, which they were right, but you know, when you submit things to new, they only have so much space and room, and we still have time to get the word out there that it's in the gym. But, so I think we just keep nudging, and we'll reach out to both the papers again, and we'll toss in the union leader and the Hippo, and see what we can do. And I do love the idea, because the front page is
Dan,
where,
could you hand me one of those updated one, please?
I mean, you
Pass it
typically
on.
get the
I
wanna
paper
send
and look
them
at
a
the front
copy
page,
of
but it might
everybody.
be a couple of days before you
Right.
read the whole thing.
yeah, you're
Sure, I
absolutely
have to,
right.
sure.
Nope, I like that. But going again into 26, that's somewhere, once we get through this next event, then we can look to that and make that into a goal, and I'm sure we'll have a couple others. And then, let's see, I think that's really all. The Boston Post came, oh, go ahead.
Could it be announced at a football game,
When's the first?
Friday
football?
night football games?
Well, I might know who the announcer is.
They might have, right, that's a great idea, right? It can't hurt, if you draw in one or two people, it's worth the effort
Yeah.
of someone, yeah, I think that would be really nice to make that announcement, great idea.
What about the cart? A lot of seniors ride the cart. Do they have like a little place to kind of stick something on a dashboard?
Oh, that's,
And do they run on Saturdays?
No.
no, I believe
No,
it's
so
only
they
Monday
couldn't help
through
to
Friday.
get seniors there, okay.
But they usually have a cart display, and I'm not sure if Ilona has, you know, connected with
Oh,
them.
I see,
But they do
yeah.
a beautiful where the bus is open, I have pictures from last year, you can go in, and, you know, it's really kinda neat to see what it's like. And they usually have that set up for us, so, well, hopefully that's gonna happen again this year too. But these are all great ideas. And then let's see, Boston Post came, so briefly under public comment tonight, I'll be talking about that. And it's searching for our oldest resident in town. And it's exciting, it's an honor. Our last person was Forrest Pratt, and Forrest just passed within the last year. So now it's time to start the search again. There's some basic requirements, and the goal there too is to actually start to get people to submit names, you know, and to really find the person this time that truly is the oldest person. I know we have a few people that have crossed the 100, you know, and a few people, I received a wonderful email from the daughter of a resident saying, you know, when are we gonna get this going, which was great, cause it kinda got us all motivated to get this going. And we have the cane, we have a replica of it that the person will receive, and then in the library, we have a display case with the authentic one. It was actually something that was started, you know, a long time ago. Tonight, I'm just gonna, but that, I mean, maybe I should set up a little display
You could
about
promote that at the expo.
Yeah, just have a little to kind of bring
Absolutely.
awareness, like a table that could stand by
We
itself.
could have people,
I got it.
hey, would you,
Yeah. Anyone
the
have
front desk.
anything
Any
else
questions?
for,
No.
Counselor
you.
Boucher? No? All right,
You
thanks
got
for
a
being
copy,
with
right?
us, Dan.
I do.
You got the right one now?
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Patrick, is that the one? It does
Yes,
say
this is
25.
the new one.
Yeah, I don't know how 24 was floating around, it must have, but yeah, so if anyone needs a few, Patrick, thank you. Very nice, if anyone needs a, but does anyone have anything else?
I'll plaster 102 tomorrow, if not Thursday. Like the post office is always a good one, stuff
The
like that. I
post
put stuff
office,
with the honor
right.
flight there all the time, and people, and they leave it up too. So
Oh,
I
very nice.
won't report back to where I went if you see it.
No,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? But I'll
Right.
make an effort on Thursday, I think,
Thank
to
you.
just take them up.
Right.
Sherry, I'll take this to Jamie's.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, okay. Yeah, and don't feel you have to report back to me on it, because you just, do the best if you have one. We do have the little ones, as Valerie mentioned too, they're in the town clerk's office.
they might fit better in a bulletin
Yeah,
board, like
they seem to be a big
No,
hit
they
at
be
the,
good.
at the expo.
Did they say 25?
Hmm?
Did they say
Yes,
25?
yes, they do say 2025.
Yeah. So, no, so good, I think at this point, and now we have another time to meet, which will be good too. Does anyone have anything else? No? All right, could I get a motion to adjourn our meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, 6:45, but thank you, Valerie, in a second.
I'm a good
I'll
facilitator.
second.
And you'll second,
I'll second.
and all, in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
So
And
these
thank
are-
you for showing up.